And welcome once again to another fantastic edition of Atomic Tutorials. My name is Dr. Wasabi. In today's episode, we are making the Deathclaw from Fallout 4. Yes, that is right, we're making the Deathclaw from Fallout 4. This is quite a bigger build than more of my natural-esque tutorials that I do. For those who remembered from my last natural tutorial, which I believe was the Mirelurk Hunter, I did say that I wanted to have more of a challenge when it comes to more natural builds, when it comes to shape and creativity, and I think the Deathclaw is the greatest fusion of those ideas. So for a quick introduction, the Deathclaw is essentially a mutated chameleon which can be found in many places throughout the wasteland. In Fallout 4, it's given a new coat of paint, a lot more bulky, a lot more muscly, and it's found rather, I would say, in the southern areas of the map, in the swamps. There are some in the city, I believe, near Haymarket Mall. But enough of me jabbering on, let's get onto the block list. So, for today's build, you will need the following items: jungle trapdoors, mud brick slabs, packed mud, spruce stairs, polished andesite stairs, polished andesite slabs, and stone buttons. So that is the block list for today's tutorial. So for those survival folks who are making this build, I do recommend the blocks you get the most of are the packed mud and the spruce stairs. Everything else is in pretty low supply when it comes to the block count, so please bear that in mind. So I think without further ado, let's get on to our time lapse. And we are back from that amazing time lapse, folks. But before I show you anything more, I just want to say, if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, now let's see what we've done here. So as usual with these kind of creature builds, I've made 3 variations of the Deathclaw. We have the regular Deathclaw, which is over here. Now going into this, I really like the packed mud texture. It really kind of emphasizes the kind of scales that the Deathclaw has and the kind of muscle that it kind of holds. It's a big upgrade from Fallout 3's Deathclaw, which was a bit more slender, longer claws, and a bit more of a shorter head, so to speak. So I think this is a bit of an upgrade, in my opinion. So we have these devil-like horns over here. And of course the huge hands, which from experience, when I played the games, these things have ripped me to shreds, honestly. It has not been a fun experience, but exactly that's why they get their name. So we have the kind of powerful hind legs over here, the very snake-like tail, obviously the horns that I've just mentioned, and the kind of ridge of the ridge at the back with all the horns and scales and kind of sharp points to protect itself at the back. So that's the kind of default version. We have 2 more of these models to kind of look at and enjoy. So over here we have the glowing Deathclaw. No. So over here we have the glowing Deathclaw. For this color palette I used mud for the kind of to just kind of still resemble the scales of the Deathclaw without going too black on the color palette. So we have mud, we have also polished blackstone stairs just to give it a bit more texture contrast, and of course for the glowing parts I used lime stained glass panes and weathered cut copper. Overall this is a pretty good glowing variant in my opinion. Some of the glowing parts are a bit spotty in areas, so if you want to customize it then obviously be my guest. I kind of changed up the texture a bit, but apart from that it's pretty similar to the default model. It's just a bit more dark colored and glowy. Now this bad boy over here is the Alpha Deathclaw. You can really see the kind of size increase from these previous 2 models. Obviously in the default version of the game a lot of the Deathclaws you will find are female. The Alpha Deathclaws are the male kind of counterparts. They're a lot bigger with a lot more armor on them, and that's kind of emphasized through the use of andesite, a lot more stony textures just to give the inclination that this is a lot more armored, a lot more heavy as a creature in and of itself. I also extended the horns over here. You'll see a massive height difference between the horns of the glowing variant and default variant, and of course his own claws and horns have been extended as well. Though I wanted to make sure there was some kind of similarity with the default model, because a lot of the normal level Deathclaws are quite brown colored, so I wanted to kind of imply that this is a very old Deathclaw. It's grown in age, and as time goes on these kind of brown scales grow and color changed into more grey hardened armor that it employs. I've also made a nice little feature on here where I've used some polished deep slate stairs just for the kind of tip of the mouth and the snout. So there we go. And that has been our tutorial for today, the Fallout 4 Deathclaw. I do hope you enjoyed this video. This is an absolute classic of a creature when it comes to Fallout, so I do hope you liked this tutorial. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. Of course, if you do like what I do, please like and subscribe. I bid you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.